Very simple to make custom cords and twisted ropes using twine or yarn or similar materials and tools that you probably already have at home. So these are all the tools that you're going to need to make some cord. Let's take a look at what we've got here. You're going to need two kinds of hooks that you're going to use just to fix the strands to a table or chair leg. Here I'm using a hook that I made out of some coat hanger wire and a bungee cord. You could actually just use two of the hooks that you make out of coat hanger wire. It doesn't really matter. Here I have a little S-hook that I bent out of a coat hanger. You could use a real S-hook. You need something that swivels. Here I'm using a fishing swivel, but you could also use a snap hook as long as it doesn't have a lot of friction. You've got a drill here that I fitted with what's called a cup hook. You could also make a hook out of coat hanger wire if you wanted to. And then you need some kind of string. Okay, this is what we call the stationary hook, and it's just something that you're going to put around a chair or table leg. It's going to hold the twine in place while it's twisted, and you're going to tie one end of your string to the hook, and I'm going to use double overhand knots, and then you're just going to stretch it out. Now opposite the chair that has the stationary hook, I've set up a little table. I could use another chair, and I'm going to use one of its legs to attach the tension hook. Now, right now, I'm using a bungee cord because I have them and I find it very convenient. You could use another hook, like the one that I'm using on the other table leg. You can use basically anything, but the important thing is that after you've wound the cord, you're going to hook the cord on, and it needs to stay under tension. So another thing that we're going to use is this little hook that I made. Now you don't have to use this. You can do this without this, but it's handy. I'm going to take this hook. I'm going to slip it onto one end of the bungee cord, or whatever you're using as a tension hook. After I have wound each strand, I'm going to slip it onto this hook, and it's going to be kept taut, like so. I'm going to put the book down to keep the bungee cord from spinning. This bungee cord, if I don't have it down on a tightly wound cord, the bungee cord is going to start spinning before I want it to. And when we're all done, we're going to slip this cord, we're going to slip this hook onto the swivel and let it spin. So let's just take a look at how it's done. Got my swivel within reach. I have my 4 strands laid out. Now on the stationary hook, I've just tied them with 2 overhand knots. On this side, I have tied a little loop using a bowline knot. You could actually, if you're not good at tying knots and you don't like to tie loops, you could tie these to a jump rings or some kind of hook. And now here's my drill that I've attached a cup hook to. And lastly, and pretty importantly, I have a timer. And the critical thing is that each strand needs to be wound pretty close to the same. It doesn't have to be exact. And I have already determined that for this length, which is about 117 inches, that 18 seconds of this drill, which I've determined runs at 430 RPM, is just about right. So I go ahead and I just hook it onto the drill, and I'm going to start the timer. Okay. Now, hold it under tension, and I slip it onto this hook. slip that loop on. Now, this is why I use the second hook, which I don't have to. Take that hook, I'm going to take my fish swivel, attach it here. Now, I can use anything that swivels. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to let go, and the cords are going to try to twist themselves back. And what they're going to do is they're going to twist themselves all up. So I release the tension, and slowly I release the tension, and you'll see it will twist more and more until it's done. You just slip it off the hook. I'm going to tie it off. You could tape it off. You can also do something called whipping to finish the ends. And we do this on both ends and have a nice finished cord.